One of the most difficult things of walking through different seasons, whether they're easy or difficult, is trying to filter out all the negative and perceived images and thoughts that maybe I've held on to, which I haven't realized, or that come in with the truth and promises of God. There have been many days where I felt overwhelmed, frustrated, unmotivated, and wonder how long I could even go on. How much longer can I walk in this season? Do I have strength to take the next step? Do I have the strength to face another day? Is my faith big enough to overcome this situation or this season? How much longer can I go on? Because I can't see the end. All I know is that God has given me promises that He will strengthen me and help me, and that He encourages me to be strong and courageous. This is one of my greatest battles. I don't know about you, is trying to take my thoughts captive daily. I find this is where the enemy likes to sneak in. He tries to plant thoughts in my mind, thoughts that take away from what I know to be true. Thoughts of doubt, thoughts of, why bother? Why should I do this? I'm not qualified. There is no hope. Sometimes they're subtle. And then sometimes they feel like they come out of nowhere. And I wonder, well, where was that thought coming from? Sometimes my thoughts are triggered by things that have happened and what hasn't happened and how I feel. And most often, these thoughts provoke fear and anxiety and doubt. They bring confusion. They attack my sense of security and my identity. It's in these moments where I need to hold on to the truths of what God says and the truths that He has spoken over my life. It's in these moments that I need to speak out loud the truths of God. I need to declare them out loud. If you read in the book of Psalms, there are so many verses where I found comfort in the words I have written. Words where the authors express their thoughts, their questions, their frustrations, their feelings. I am continually to learn that it's okay to have questions or to question, to be frustrated, to feel, and helps me to process these things, whether I write them down or say them out loud. The first 4 verses of Psalm 24, I love it in this, the Passion Translation, because we can find our rest in the Lord. We can find healing in the Lord. So I'm going to read this in the Passion Translation. So Psalm 23 verses 1-4. The Lord is my best friend and my shepherd. I always have more than enough. He offers a resting place for me in His luxurious love. His tracks take me to an oasis of peace, the quiet brook of bliss. That's where He restores and revives my life. He opens before me pathways to God's pleasure and leads me along in His footsteps of righteousness so that I can bring honor to His name. Lord, even when your path takes me through the valley of deepest darkness, fear will never conquer me, for you already have. You remain close to me and lead me through it all the way. Your authority is my strength and my peace. The comfort of your love takes away my fear. I will never be lonely, for you are near. No matter what season I walk through, no matter the difficulty, the things I wrestle with, work through, or the things that weigh me down, I can find peace and comfort in the God who loves me, who is with me, who will never leave or forsake me, and who is healing me. I hope that is the same for you today. Let me encourage you to read through the Psalms and find those verses, because there is a lot in there where the authors express their thoughts and how they feel like enemies are coming against them, but God is always there. God is always there. And 2 Timothy 1:7 says, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. And this final verse I want to leave with you today. So keep your thoughts continually fixed on all that is authentic and real, honorable and admirable, beautiful and respectful, pure and holy, merciful and kind, and fasten your thoughts on every glorious work of God, praising Him always. Philippians 4 verse 8. I pray that you have a great day. Blessings.